station around in the correct order. If you happen to miss one or for some reason can't do that particular one, unfortunately that will lose you points. So you do need to be following around the course in the correct order. Now, it's not against the clock. You just need to methodically work your way around with as little hesitation as you can in between. So you notice now the dogs and handlers are starting to work their way around. And we're going to have a look at our Gibbs here. So this is our Pomeranian. And as you can see, he's a right little show-off. So he's enjoying all the attention. And as you can see, he's a party Pomeranian due to his markings. And they're currently doing the spiral station. So what happens is the dog and handler go round 3 cones, then round 2, and then round 1. And now we're moving on. If we just slow this down a bit, Jane, so we can see what you're doing. Could you go down the middle of the ring for us? So this is the 1, 2, 3 steps forward. So we're starting off in the sit. We do 1 step and hold. Then 2 steps, halt. And then 3 steps, halt. Look at this little dog's attention, isn't he lovely? And let's give him some encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Now over here we have Jerry with Flynn, who's a crossbreed. Could you just show us that spiral in some more detail, Jerry? Just so we can break it down a bit. I did briefly explain it just now. So we start off with the dog in the sit. And first of all, we're going to go round 3 cones. So if we watch Flynn doing that now. There we are. So we've got 3. Now we're going round 2 cones. Lovely. And then finally, just around 1 cone. There we are. Thank you, Jerry. Let's give Flynn some praise and encouragement. Now, over here, let's bring Anne back a little bit. Anne, can we bring you back a station? She's not listening to me. Anne with Ellie. There we are. Can I bring you back to here? Now, isn't it lovely to see a Dalmatian, ladies and gentlemen? Especially on utility day. So this is what we're doing, a serpentine. So it's essentially a weave. So as you can see, dog and handler are weaving through the cones. Now the dog just has to be reasonably close. It doesn't have to be glued to your leg. Let's give Ellie some praise for doing that serpentine. Well done. So as I was saying, it's not like obedience where you tend to find that dogs work exactly next to the leg. We're not looking for that in rally. We're looking for them to be reasonably close to the leg, as long as they keep a consistent position. Okay, if we have a look at Dusty now. This is Dusty, our Schnauzer. Let's bring her out into the middle, Chris. So again, it's lovely to see her on utility day. And she enjoys all sorts of things. She does a few little tricks, and she does some obedience as well. She started competing in that. Now, we've got a lovely little exercise there. Let's have another look at that, Chris, please. So we put the dog into the stand position. And you notice here we're giving plenty of praise to the dog and talking to her. And then we're doing a walk around. So the dog has to remain still while the handler walks around. And she's just testing the dog there. Oh, and now we've got her down at a distance. Wasn't that good, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give her lots of applause. Well done, Dusty. Good. And now we've got Barbara. Let's bring Barbara into the middle. And this is Diva, who's a Tibetan Terrier. So again, nice to see her on utility day. So we're putting Diva into the down position. And we're doing a walk around. So similar to what we just saw with Dusty there, but this time we're in the down position. That's lovely. And as ever, with all these dogs, we give them plenty of encouragement when they've done the right thing. So we have food, treats, toys, all that sort of thing happening. So let's give Diva a well done. Okay, now we're going to bring our Gibbs forward again. Now, we've got something special coming here. Who's coming off the lead to start with? Okay, now what's going to happen? So Jane's telling him to sit and wait. So he's got to remain there until he's told what to do. Oh, now look at that. A call to heel and a sit. What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Very well controlled. Now, I speak on behalf of Gibbs here. He would absolutely love you to come and see him afterwards, to make even more friends. So do come and see us in the viewing pen. Right, now we're going to bring Ellie into the middle. Let's bring our lovely Dalmatian. We're going to have a look at some more detailed work with Ellie here. Okay, so we're putting Ellie into the stand position and we're doing a turn. Now if you notice, we're constantly encouraging the dog to move the body position. So Anne's constantly talking to her and she's got the food treat there to encourage the dog. Now we're going into a down position and we're doing a walk around. Okay, that's lovely. Can we have a look at that turn again, Anne, please? So we put the dog into the stand position and then use the food treat and the voice to encourage the dog. And this is how we would teach the exercise. Okay, lovely, Anne. Well done. Let's have some praise for her. That's great. Okay, Jerry, let's have a look at Flynn. So Flynn's a crossbreed. And Flynn is typical of lots of dogs that we're finding in rally at the moment. You won't mind me saying he's slightly older. And it's lovely to see that dogs who've had a career in other disciplines like agility or flyball are finding a second career in rally. And it's lovely to see them because rally is open to all ages. Okay, Flynn, let's have a look at what you can do. So we're doing some lovely walking on the lead. As I said earlier, as long as the dog holds a consistent position, that's fine. Now, we had a very special turn there. Let's have another look at that, Jerry. The handler and the dog went a different way to each other. So let's have another look at this. Yeah, now we're going to make it harder because we're going to do off the lead this time. Okay, so we get the dog's attention first of all, and then off we go. So some nice walking on the lead to start with, and then we turn different ways and carry on. Lovely. Let's give Jerry and Flynn some encouragement. Well done. Okay, so let's look at these 1, 2, 3 steps, Barbara. Could you do it down the middle of the ring for us? So we'll get Diva's attention to start with. That's great. So the environment at Crufts is obviously something they're not completely used to. So we need to make sure that we're constantly talking to the dog and telling them what to do and praising them when they do the right thing. So you notice here we're treating this as a training session. So because Diva sat slightly too far out, we're just encouraging her to come closer to the leg. Okay, Barbara, give us some praise. Okay, let's bring Dusty out now. Okay, so this is Dusty. As I mentioned earlier, she's doing well in obedience so far. She's getting quite a few places, enjoying it. So she's in the stand position there. Look at that attention that she's got on her handler. It's lovely. What about that, ladies and gentlemen, for some distance work? That's very good. Okay, what we're going to do now is show you the kind of speed that a course would happen at. So the handlers and dogs are going to work their way around this course that they have in front of them, just so you can see the kind of pace this is done at, to give you an idea of it. So handlers and dogs, if you find yourself a station, okay, and off we go. And we'll just follow each dog as they go round. Now something that Gibbs is doing at the top there, the Pomeranian, is doing a call front, which is essentially a recall, and then a finish. See it lovely? Ellie the Dalmatian is just attempting the spiral over there. We've got the 1, 2, 3 steps happening here. And Jerry's counting out loud. I'm not sure whether that's for you or the dog actually. It's for you. Okay. Now, Gibbs is at the moment at the top there. Can you just show us what you're doing there, Jane? You're doing a 270-degree left. So if you're an obedience competitor, and I can see one or two there in the crowd, you would be doing an about turn right turn. So we've got slightly different terminology there. So let's have another look, Jane. So we're encouraging the dog as they go round, and we go left, left, left. And there we go, lovely. And then we've got Dusty the Schnauzer there doing the cool front and finish. It's very good. Barbara, can we have a look at that pivot that you've got there in front of you? So this is an on-the-spot right turn, if you were thinking about it in obedience terms. So we've got the dog into the sit position, and then they move with no steps in between, move to the right, and then into the sit position again. Diva's not sure she wants to sit, but we keep working on it, using the food. Just give us some praise, Barbara, don't worry about it. As I said earlier, it's the first Crufts for these dogs and handlers, so it's a big thing for them. And now Dusty's attempting the spiral over here. I find from experience this one can make you quite dizzy. So it takes control from the handler and the dog for this one. Lovely. What about that? Then she gets a lovely treat, nice little twirls, a food treat at the end. Chris, would you like to do this 1, 2, 3 steps down the middle? So as ever, we get the attention first. 1 step halt, 2 steps halt, and then 3 steps halt. Lovely, well done. So with the recall exercise that Flynn is doing at the top there, it's important that we start off very enthusiastically in training. So Jerry, would you like to bring Flynn into the middle? So recall is a very important exercise to teach any dog, as soon as possible really, from a puppy or if you've rescued your dog, as soon as you get your dog home, you really need to be working on this recall idea. So the way we would start it is a puppy recall. So would you show us, Jerry, what we mean by that? So we use our food treat or our toy, we're walking along with the dog, and then we go backwards, encouraging the dog. That's it. And we make it really fun, Jerry, so don't be too serious. Make it really fun with the dog. Give him some praise. Okay, so we build up from that sort of recall, we build up in stages, so the dog gets used to what we're doing. If you've got a puppy, you probably start this on the lead, build up onto a longer lead, and then eventually find an enclosed area and practice your off the lead recalls. Right, let's bring Gibbs out and have a look at some of the other things that Gibbs does in rally. So Gibbs does quite a lot of off-the-lead work because he's got quite a few qualifications now in rally, so he's working his way up the levels. So again, he's going to be coming off the lead now. So we get his attention, tell him to wait. And he comes into a recall, into a sit position. And now we're doing a side step. So rather than just sitting and finishing, we're doing a side step and then a finish. Can we have another look at that side step, Jane, if you just put it in front of you? So we're sitting and then together we're going to do this side step and into a sit. What about that, ladies and gentlemen? Well done, Gibbs. Okay, thank you. Right, let's bring Anne and Ellie out into the middle. And again, Ellie is working her way up the levels, getting a few qualifications, so she's going to show us some of the more advanced things that she does. So we're putting her into the sit position. We're going to take the lead off. So we're calling her into a recall position, into the sit, giving her some praise. That was good, nicely controlled. And then as ever, lean goes back on. Good, well done. Into a finish. Lovely. And as ever, she gets lots of praise for having done the right thing. So although we use the food treats and the toy and the clicker, it's very important that we physically praise the dog as well. Okay. Dusty, would you like to come forward, Chris and Dusty? Finding lots of smells on this carpet, so it's proving a challenge for the handlers. Okay, so we've gone into the down position, taking the lead off. And we're calling into heel work. So we start in the down position, we call to heel, Dusty's found a tidbit, okay, and off we go into the heel work. Well done, Dusty, let's give us some encouragement. Well done. Okay, we need to think about the concept of stays. Okay, so in obedience we have 4 stay positions, but as you've noticed with a lot of these dogs, they need to know their stay positions